Amok time, season 2. We are finally on season 2 of Star Trek, the original series. I'm continuing my reviews of all of the episodes. We're going to talk about this using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best that you can get. In any category, there's going to be a lot of 2s, starting with the story. Yeah, this is awesome. So this is the Ponfar, which now everybody knows about, but at the time of this, you didn't know what it was. Spock is behaving strangely. He's going insane. He's getting really angry at stuff. He's throwing the soup that, Nurse Chapel made with all of her heart, and he throws it. He definitely needs to get back to Vulcan to take care of business. TCB, take care of business. And they're not going to Vulcan. They're going somewhere else. And he's like, well, you got to divert. And they're like, well, now we're not going to really do that, are we? But they do divert. And then they get a call saying, no, you can't divert. You got to go back. And then he's like, okay. So Kirk breaks orders to divert because Kirk's awesome, to go to Vulcan. You learn that he is engaged to T'Pring, this female Vulcan, and you learn that basically Vulcans have this time in their lives where they really need to mate and or release this, kind of tension, aggression, whatever, in some way. It doesn't necessarily have to be mating, I guess, because he doesn't actually mate with her in this episode. You get to go on Vulcan. That's friggin' pumped up. There's like a cool little fight there. You get to see some of their ceremonies and everything. That's awesome. I don't think you've ever seen a Vulcan female before, so that was really cool. It's just awesome. Spock's my favorite character anyways, so I mean, this is a no-brainer. Loved it. Pacing, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. It's not boring for a second. I'm completely intrigued into what's happening. I love even things where it's like, are they going to divert? You're like, well, I don't know if they can. Okay, they will, but then they won't. And that goes back and forth a little bit in the beginning, but then when you figured that it's almost, you feel like the whole episode is going to be, are they going to make it to Vulcan in time to save Spock? But that's not it. They get there, and then there's a whole bunch more. So I feel like you're almost getting like 2 episodes in one. I like that. I like where they solve the problem of getting to they kind of solve the problem in the first bit, and then there's still more. So you're like, oh, this is cool. Like I literally thought, oh, that'll just end when it ends. Like he'll get there, like, okay, we made it, and then that's it. No, there's a whole bunch of extra stuff. Now, obviously, I've seen these a few times, so I knew that now. But when you first watch it, you're like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. So there you go. For the artistry, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. I am going to point out I'm watching the upgraded Blu-ray versions, so there you go. But yeah, man, it looks awesome. That entire area is wicked. The costumes are awesome. It's just like the fight's pretty good. One of the things I do want to point out on the upgraded Blu-rays, they're so clear and crisp that you can very easily tell when it's not the actors performing the fights. I'm used to it now, so it wasn't that bad. And in this one, there's been ones where it's been like really bad, and you're like, oh yeah, that ain't Shatner, like not even at all. But anyway, still everything looks wicked, so I'm giving it a perfect score. I love seeing Vulcan. That's awesome. I like talking about it's like the air's different. It's like having trouble breathing. It's warmer. Like all that kind of stuff is really cool. Characters, 2 out of 2. Everybody's just the damn best in this. Obviously Spock. I love Spock. Great performance here too, because he's trying to remain logical, but he's losing it here and there. He does lose it a little bit when he sees Jim at the end. Jim, there's that part at the end. I mean, McCoy's cool in this one. Kirk's great. All 3 of them are really awesome. I love Kirk is obviously, he's my second favorite, but he's definitely one of the best characters in TV. There's a part where they're like, you have to go to this stupid ceremony and you can't stop off at Vulcan because you're not going to make it in time. And then he's like in bed, and he's like, do I really need to go to this thing? Like, it's like, nah, I'm gonna. He's like, Chekhov, what if we divert anyway? Because he had just told Spock, look, man, I can't. I got orders that I gotta proceed. And then he's like, oh, what if we go off course? Like, how bad is it gonna be? And then Chekhov's like, we're already going to Vulcan as per Spock. It's like, what? Yeah. But I like that Kirk. Even though the decision was made, he was like, well, does it really matter if we're there? He's like, we're one of 3 ships, right? It's like, who cares? But yeah, Kirk's awesome in this. Obviously, the others are all great too. Enjoyment factor, I mean, do I need to say anything? Obviously, it's a 2 out of 2. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love it. So I'm watching these in, I guess, the air date orders. So this would have been the first one of season 2. That would have been a pumped up season 2. And see, this is a great episode for season 2 because we've seen Spock now in a full season. We've seen that he's very logical, doesn't really lose his cool. So the audience is like, oh shit, like what's going on? Like this is crazy. We've never seen Spock this crazy before. That's because you built up the characters. You don't have this as your, second, those garbage fake Star Trek show movies where it's like Kirk and Spock hate each other in the first movie, and then in the second movie they're sad that he dies or whatever. You're like, Kirk dies. Was it Kirk that, did they switch it in that other movie? They switched it. Who cares? Sorry. Anyways, those JJ movies suck. But yeah, this was awesome. 10 out of 10. Love it. If you like my space system, please like the video, subscribe, and check out Saturday Night Star Trek. That's my friend Clobberin Times. His channel link is in the description of this video, plus all my other videos. He's got a great Star Trek show every Saturday. They go through it. This video is like, what, 5-6 minutes? They really go through the episode. Not just like, oh, I like that, and then that was it. Like, they really, well, I don't want to say they go shot by shot, but they really like dismantle it, figure it out, give you all the information about the episode, like, anything weird that's happened, like, oh, this actor was this and this actor, like, they give you all the details. So it's like a Wikipedia plus, there you go. I'm just doing my quick reviews just to get them out there. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Until next time.